we're live.
We're live.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That worked better than the laptop.
Cool.
So, Mr. Cory Young.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I made it. I just made it on time.
You made it on time, yeah.
I'm a bit flustered, a bit hot, racing around, but I made it. So I'm very happy to be here.
Welcome to our interview. I
Thank
love
you.
interviewing people and finding out about, what they've been and what their mission is. And I can see that you have a really nice mission in your life.
I do.
And it is the roots of everything, even though many people are not aware of it.
Most people are unaware, I believe.
And if you're aware of it, it's so hard to implement.
It is. It is a bit scary. It's a bit hard.
Yeah.
But once you get your head around it, it will totally change your life.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Definitely. Okay, let's start. Tell me a little bit about who you are, where you've been, what your mission is, and what's keeping you busy these days.
So obviously my name's Cory, Cory Young, and I help people that feel lost, stuck, frustrated, people that want a bit more out of life, get clarity and direction. What was the other question? Like
your passions, who you are, basically, the whole Cory Young.
Yeah, so a bit about my past. I've a history as a motivational speaker, inspirational speaker. I more call myself an inspirational speaker because I can't really motivate people. I can inspire people, but they have to motivate themselves.
They have to motivate themselves.
So, that all started in 2007. Doing a lot about my story. So how I broke my neck surfing, I'm in a wheelchair, the whole story of that, what I went through, and how I got out of it. And a lot on resilience. Yeah. So a lot of talks on resilience, mindset, sales.
Yeah, it's something that you mentioned one time that we were talking, that you are really good at sales. So I do know that bit about you.
Or not. I wouldn't say there's always someone better, but in most of the companies I've been like the top salesperson or or in at least the top 3, top producer, very consistent, stuff like that. Cool. So, which is, I love sales, it's really cool. So,
So you want to just briefly go into what happened to you?
Yeah.
And how from that accident, basically everything, just stemmed out of that moment, and how we had that moment where you realized, the mindset, the positive roots.
Yeah.
As opposed to, just diving into a whole depression life in which, you could have been in another place right now. So what happened to you?
Well, I went into depression, but I'll go into it. So at the age of 20, I just turned 20 and I broke my neck surfing on the Gold Coast. And surfing was my whole life. I was living my dream life. I actually, without realising, manifested my dream life from 16 years old, and I was living it at 20. Broke my neck surfing. My whole life was turned upside down. Depression, anxiety, very suicidal. It was a nightmare. And addiction, alcohol and drug addiction. I couldn't function for about 3 years, solid 3 years. And then went through divorce, and it was just a nightmare. It was, but through therapy, I had some therapy, counsellors, personal development, life coaches, mentors. I quickly realised that for things to change, I needed to change. And the quickest way to do is change your thoughts. Change your life. If you want to change your life, change your thoughts.
So you remember that moment, that exact moment?
Yeah, I was sitting in the shower. So I was sitting in the shower one day, water, don't imagine it, guys, it's a bit weird, but I was sitting in the shower, water running over my head, and the day was like, this is the day I either take my life or I do whatever it took to get mentally stronger. Because at that point I knew. It was like, I'm not going to walk again. My life's never going to be the same again. The only way I can make it different is by changing my thoughts, having more positive mental attitude, and just getting the tools and skills in my mind to navigate life in a wheelchair.
That's amazing realization, I remember a few years back you created this video on YouTube about what we're talking about. And I remember going through it, and I'm like goosebumps, like I cannot imagine what it's like. You know what I mean? And I think, well, if that happened to me, I don't know what I would do, because you have to like, I don't know, get the strength from somewhere, or I don't know. You just have to like completely become a new person in order to change your life.
And that's what you have to do. You have to
Yeah.
reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I help people do, reinvent themselves. So yeah,
well, that's
I've done it. Yeah, I've done all that. So that's why I can help people. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But you are right. Yeah, you have to reinvent yourself, change everything. So.
Okay, so let's talk about what is mindset.
Yeah.
Do you have a definition for it?
For my definition, it's like the lens that you see the world, like, and it's influenced by your thoughts, your emotions, a lot of things. Your childhood growing up. So the way that you see the world, the way you respond to the world, is your mindset, and that's either positive or negative. So, and most of the time, it's functional, but it's not always so much positive, or because everyone goes through stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that really affects how your outlook on the world, and so yeah.
Well, these days, many areas of men, I don't know where that came from. Many areas of humankind are talked about on social media, and we are learning so much about ourselves.
Yeah.
I realized that, having the right mindset is really the key to having a lot of things in your life, success, wealth, a better life, overall. And I think to myself sometimes, why aren't doctors talking about this at their visits, Why isn't there like I don't know, something in the way we see things that puts more importance on this topic?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Why is it put to the side? Something, well, online everyone talks about it, but in the real world, I haven't come across many people talking about mindset.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if I do, I'm like, you talk my language,
Yeah, which is rare. But yeah, not many people do it. But yeah, it should be in school, like really.
Should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's I agree. Like not many people talk about it. You have to figure it out for yourself, or find a way, or have someone that's into it introduce you, or I don't know. It's the question I've asked myself a lot. I don't know why it's not, but it's vital. Like mindset, developing your mindset, having the tools in your mind, the skills, the emotional management, everything. Yeah. Breaking through limiting beliefs is vital for navigating life. Otherwise, you're just going to struggle and be stuck.
Yeah. So limiting beliefs, that's what it's all about, mindset. What's the biggest limiting belief you have come across with?
A lot of people, myself. So there's heaps of limiting beliefs. So I'll see if this works for you. Like, so money doesn't grow on
trees.
Yeah. Money doesn't make you happy. Yeah. Money's the root of all
evil.
Yes. So we all know, we've all heard of them, right? So you got limiting beliefs about money. So if it's no one's fault. It's not your parents. It's no one's fault. We're not here to blame anyone. But if you grow up in a family that really struggle with income or anything, you're going to have limiting beliefs about money, especially if your parents were saying stuff like that. Like, I'm not made of money, Then you have limiting beliefs, like if you grow up in a family where, relationships are no good, you're going to have limiting beliefs around relationships, a lot of self-doubt. There's heaps to go into. My biggest ones was receiving. That's a big limiting. I'm a giver.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a giving person, you're going to have
so you just
trouble
giving, and then when someone gives you something, even if it's pay.
It could be pay, it could be a compliment, it could be life advice, like you have trouble receiving. There's so much to get into. Anything that really stops you moving forward. Like it's a mental block. It's it's gonna stop you, it's gonna keep you where you are. So yeah.
I find that with limiting beliefs and mindset, the topic, the first step, like in my situation, the first step to really, really make this work is have awareness. Because if you don't have awareness, what's the point? You don't know.
And that's the key. Like, that's the first step there is awareness.
And you keep on waking up to yourself all the time.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm aware and then I'm an awareness person. No, you are waking up to it, but then there's a moment that you think you know it all, and something, oh my God, I can't believe I was doing this, and you wake up again.
Yeah, and that's just how it is. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You'll keep finding those, like, as many, like, breakthroughs I've had with myself, like mental breakthroughs, like, just finding that limiting belief, finding that mental block and just breaking through it. There's always something else.
Always something.
And that's just how you keep growing, getting better, and different level. And you got to keep breaking those levels, or just get stuck.
Yeah.
It's work. It's hard work. But you, like I said, you'll break through something, then you're like, there's something else I got to work on. There's something else, and I think that's part of being a good human, and like just for society. Like, you've got to do it for yourself. You've got to do it for your children. You've got to do it for the generations to come, because there's generational baggage that gets handed down to us without even realising.
Yeah.
And we've got to change that.
Yeah.
And I coach on stuff on that too. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I imagine you deal with a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yeah, a lot of entrepreneurs.
That's a limiting belief I used to have,
Okay.
There was a moment in time, and it was recently, and I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. There was a moment in time that I thought to myself, I'm negating the realization or the acceptance of me being an entrepreneur. Can you believe that? Like, I was denying to myself that I was one.
Yeah, right.
And then that wasn't making everything flow for me.
Yeah.
I was stuck. And then I thought to myself, no, I'm going to go online and talk about me being an entrepreneur. I am. I have to define myself. And it's not the definition of myself, but it's what I am.
Yeah.
Part of myself is.
Was it that you were just doing it and just unaware? Like, everyone talks about entrepreneurship.
No.
It's this, like, thing, but what?
There's a root to that.
Yeah.
Like, I was meant to be in another place right now.
Okay.
I was meant to have my job. I had it at one point 20 years ago. I was meant to be higher up in the ranks, in the ladder, and that made me feel like a failure, because entrepreneurship is, for some people, fun. It can be equated, some people that not the people that I know or I mingle with online, but other people, some people see it as you have a dream. You're a dreamer.
Oh, a dream. Okay,
or
gotcha.
You have a dream of just being online, doing this. You're a bum.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to having a job.
Yeah.
And having that status, that recognition. So I thought to myself, like, unconsciously, I thought to myself, I'm a bum. I'm a failure. This. I can't be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? And then I thought, but I am. I don't want to be there. I want to be here. I enjoy this. And then when I realized that, and I didn't label myself, but I accepted that I was one, and I wanted to be one, everything changed for me.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, I am. I had that thing that I had on my shoulders, just lifted it.
And it's important to be your authentic self.
Yeah.
And that's what, you were trying to be your authentic self, live your authentic self, and you got other people trying to.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's not their value. And that's all it comes down to. Like, it's not their path in life. It's not their value. It's not their life to live. And it was affecting you. But once you live your authentic self and have that confidence in that, and that's what I try to coach people on too, is every single person is unique. Every person is a miracle. Everyone has their own life to live. And it's normal to compare, look left, look right, compare, but you have to do your own journey. Like, that's what you have to do, because that's what it's aligning everything with happiness, and being who you truly are is very important.
So I've talked about this mindset shift that I had, but what are the other things that are keeping people stuck, like especially entrepreneurs? You think?
I'll just put it like clarity. Yeah, from the beginning, clarity, direction. If they've got clarity and direction, it's like what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to, all right, well then, if you've got the system, if you've got a business system that works,
Mm-hmm.
if you've got the clarity, if you've got that, and you're still stuck, it comes
Yeah.
down to limiting beliefs,
Yeah.
like not taking action, fear, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You heard that one?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Definitely, yeah.
Imposter syndrome. And it's not like it's something that you get rid of out of your mind. Because I'm going to be honest, on the way here, my little brain, which goes to negative default, is just like,
course.
what are you doing? There's always someone better. Like, it's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what I mean? But you just
Yeah.
got to override it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's heaps, like imposter syndrome. But it's mainly clarity, direction. Once you've got that, if you're not taking action, then it's a limiting belief. It's just having someone work with you to identify those.
I think that the way I've gauged in myself that something will have to shift is when something isn't working in my business, I'm not making enough progress, I'm not doing this that I should be doing, and then I think, why? Why am I not there when I should be? You know what I mean? Like I said to you a little bit earlier about that mindset shift that I had about being an entrepreneur. That was a big thing. But most people might think, that's just acceptance. But
Yeah.
it is a big step. To accept it, to put it out there is big for me,
course. Because you're putting yourself out there to, like, ridicule.
Exactly.
You're putting yourself, you're being vulnerable.
Yeah. But it's the nicest thing.
It takes a lot of courage.
Mm.
And I think it's important. Most people don't want to be vulnerable. Most people don't want to be their authentic self, exposed for who they really are. But who are we really at the end of the day? Everyone's trying to keep up with someone else. Everyone's trying to keep up with the Joneses. Everyone's trying to be someone that they're not. Like, at the end of the day, I'd rather be myself and hang around people that want to be themselves than anyone else, really. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so another part of this topic of mindset, could be, is manifestation.
Yeah.
You and me have talked about
I love
this topic,
manifestation.
and I know that's your jam.
Yeah, I love it.
So let's talk about that topic.
Manifestation.
How have you come across manifestation personally in your life, and what's the process of manifestation?
So how did I become aware of it first, or?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. All right. So manifestation. So I'll explain what it is for those that don't know. It's just purposely bringing something into your life, like on purpose, like having something that you really want and following a process, you bring it to reality in your life, or creating a better reality for yourself. So manifestation is ask, believe, and receive.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yes, ask and you shall receive. So ask is pretty simple. First, you need clarity of what you really want. Like, let's be honest. So, you got to write down the things that you want in life. And everyone, I don't know if you've seen The Secret. A lot of people have seen the movie The Secret.
I think many people have.
Many people have. The first thing that there is like $1 million, which is fantastic. All right. Everyone's like $1 million. I want $1 million, and that's fantastic. You keep that dream. You hold on to that, right? But it's not just about $1 million. Like, it's about everything. Like, I use it for going to restaurants. I use it for experiences. I use it for a better relationship with my wife. And I'll explain that one in a sec. Like, I use it for holidays. I use it for little bits of money, a lot of money. I use it
everything.
Everything. And that's what you got to do. Like, have that $1 million goal, if that's what it is. Have that big financial one. But let's get
break
some
it
small,
down.
or get some smaller ones too.
Yeah.
And because the reason I'm sitting here right now is for manifestation. Because, like,
you told me.
100%. Because what happened was, I started this business, this system, and everything, and then I was like, okay, how can I help more people? And I was like, okay, let's get some exposure on YouTube. I want to do YouTube interviews. I wrote it down, and literally 48 hours later, you inbox me. And that's pure manifestation.
That's one of my gems. Interviewing, I love interviewing people.
So that's, like, I use it for everything. Like, what was the other part of the question? Like, you want some examples of what I do? Or?
You mentioned your wife, you use it there and you're going to talk about it. But, you know, the whole thing, how that works. Because we have something going about manifesting our trip to El Salvador.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got, absolutely, I helped you put it in place.
I'm there.
Yeah, so let's break down. So ask, like I said, work out what you really want, get clarity, ask, write it down. And you write it down as in present tense. So it's like, I am so happy and grateful now that I have, so I'm so happy and grateful now that I have, or now that we're going to El Salvador. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a healthy relationship with my wife. It's got to be in present tense. So you do that. The next part is believe. Okay? So you truly have to believe it. All right? Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And the way that you do that is through visualization, vision boards, and then another thing I like to do is, let's just say, like I did with you, if you really want that trip to, say, Hawaii, or that dream holiday, so you ask for it in present tense. Then what you do is forget about the money, forget the how, don't worry about all that, is go to like your travel agent, go in there and get a quote. Get a quote. Go in there, get a quote. Yeah, go in there, get your quote. Like how long, like work it out. Like how long do you want to go for? Where you want to go? How long you want to stay? Where do you want to stay? What kind of accommodation? And get that quote. And then what that does, it gets the mind thinking, fantasizing, visualizing naturally. And then, I don't know how long that's going to happen, or, you know, it could take a while. But that's the process. And then the next part is receive. So once you believe that it's truly yours, the universe goes to work, your subconscious and the universe goes to work, and it helps make that happen. And yeah, people think it's crazy, people think whatever, but everyone actually does this naturally without realizing. So let's just say someone wants to buy a house. You know, they'll have the first, starts with a thought, I want to buy a house. Then they go look for a house. Then they find a house they like. Then they go walking inside the house. Then it starts the process of fantasizing, visualizing, thinking. The universe goes to work. But once you become aware that you do this, you can create the life that you dream of. That's when you go to town, and that's when you create a really good reality. And that's what I do. Like everything, like it's not perfect, but the reality that I have, like my relationship with my wife, the places we travel, the money, everything is manifested, right?
So and you have had many aha moments.
I'll give you some in a minute. I'll give you some really cool ones. So,
nice.
But then it's receiving. So a lot of people, if you're a giver, you're not open to receiving. So you have to shift that limiting belief. So and then you receive it, and then you go on to the next thing and do the next thing. But I've had heaps of. You've seen The Secret, right? Have you seen the part where he goes, I wanted this house. I got the picture of the exact house. I put it on a vision board. It was in a box, packed away. He forgot about it, right? So only about a few months ago, Becky and I went through an old box, and we pulled out an old vision board, and it had Los Angeles, it had Fiji, Bali, and it was saying that we wanted to stay in a 5-star luxury resort. We'd never been in one. So years ago, we made the goal to stay in these places, and we had pictures of Bali, Fiji, LA. Anyway, we pulled out the vision board, and it had the exact hotels that we stayed in Bali, Fiji, and Fiji. Yeah, it was crazy. Like it just happened. Like, and there's lots of stories. Like only the other day, like with my wife, all right, I was like, how can I improve my relationship with Becky? I looked at her love languages. Yeah, hers is service to people. So I started doing more service to her, making a cup of teas more, doing that kind of stuff. And in that moment, when I saw how happy it made her and how much it changed our relationship, I was like, wow, that works. Really good. I got heaps. Like I got that many of traveling, just everything. Even to the restaurant we went yesterday for Mother's Day. I used the law of attraction, everything to go there. Like it's but then it works negatively too. You do realise that too, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What you focus on.
What you focus on, you'll bring into reality. It's like positive and negative.
Many people are not aware of these things, you know. Sometimes I encounter people thinking negative, and then the next time I talk to them, they talking about the same thing, and I'm thinking, I feel like saying, next time I see you, please talk about something different because you are digging yourself into that thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
But to each their own. You can't say
Yeah.
anything to people, but you and me are in this mission
Yeah.
of making people aware of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is really nice
Yeah.
mission.
It is a good mission.
Over.
But yeah, if you don't know about manifestation, watch The Secret. That's a really good one.
Secret, I put,
Yeah.
make a note, the secret.
Yeah.
That link that you sent me, that was really good. I remember when you sent me that link, I thought to myself, why? Is it looking at me? Is it
No.
like going through my things or something? I became a little bit, paranoid.
Yeah.
Because I was going through something. I lost my laptop to a spill. And I was digging myself into a hole. I was feeling sorry for myself because losing my laptop is like losing a leg, basically. And I'm like, I started with the negative. Oh, I don't have money. I done this, I done that. Why did I have to do this? And blaming my husband for it because he gave me a drink and I didn't want it. I accepted it because I wanted to please him. Because he's always giving me little alcohol drinks at night.
Yeah.
So with toast or whatever. And then I felt like, I should accept this. And I had a spill. And then I was feeling sorry for myself for so many weeks. It stayed off.
Yeah.
And then you show up on my messenger saying The Secret.
Yeah. But it's not, it's me, but it's not. It's the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So your deep subconscious was looking for that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you might not have been aware, but deep subconsciously through what you're doing, you attracted the secret into your life. I was just the messenger.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell people. It's like, oh, Cory, you sent it me. It's like, I did, but it's, it's the universal law. It's what you were attracting into your life, that message. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
And it can be positive and negative, those experiences.
Yeah. And then I looked at that video that you sent me, The Secret, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I have forgotten all these techniques, like same as I was mentioning at the beginning, like conscious of being aware is a process, is a continuous process. You're aware today, but then you sleep and then you have to be aware. It's the same with this negative thing. You have to go back. And then when you sent me that video, it was a wake-up call. And then I started going, how can I get my laptop back? And here I am with my laptop. And I was so happy I put that reel on my Facebook. Everyone was laughing at me. But it was a happy moment to have my laptop back. Anyways, one thing I wanted to talk about next is, it has to do with what we're talking about. Like when you're pushing hard in your business, like we have many people on my Facebook that are entrepreneurs, and often they, like me, we work harder each day, but we don't realize it's not about pushing hard, it's about aligning with the universe. What do your thoughts on that?
So what we talked about, like if you've got a system, is that what you mean? Like a system that you got in place?
Yeah.
It works, you know it works.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not doing it, then you've got a limiting belief. There's some kind of self-doubt, something like that. Or you're resisting success. A lot of people have a fear of success.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Success. People are scared of being successful.
Yeah,
I used to have that.
Yeah.
I'm not now. Like, I'm just like, but it's a real fear.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that, I had the same, but it's like being close to things as opposed to being open to things. When you're close to things, you don't let things flow, and then you stuck. And then what you're saying now, you're open to whatever, you're open to more money, more of this, more of that.
Yeah.
You feel like you're free, like, come to me. And that happened to me recently, in terms of wanting money or wanting that success in my business.
Yeah.
Another realization that I had, another one.
Yeah.
It's just never ending. So how do you stay motivated in this journey?
Of anything, big goal? So we want a big goal? Let's just say you've got a big goal.
Let's give people tips you know, and how to
Yeah.
stay motivated on a daily basis. Yeah.
And then, yeah. So let's start with maybe a goal. Let's say if you've got a goal and you want to reach your goal. Usually it's a big goal. So you've got to have a really strong reason why. That's your action, activate, like your motivator. That's your motivator. Like that's what's going to help you get out of bed in the morning. That's what I say. So if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not a good reason why.
Okay.
So you're gonna. My why is to be a better person every single day.
Okay.
Because I want to leave a legacy, and it's my legacy is just I just want to be remembered as someone that no matter what life threw at him, he just had a crack.
Yeah.
He did his best, and I just really love helping people. So my why is just to be better every single day, to inspire and help others and show that it's no matter what life throws at you.
These are another side of the story
Yeah.
to your life.
Yeah. So what was the question again? I got off track a little bit. But
what keeps you motivated?
like how to stay motivated. So you need a strong reason why. And if you've got a big goal, like let's just say you've got a big goal that you want to achieve, you got to break it down into little steps.
Okay.
It's like the saying, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time?
Yeah.
And surround yourself in really motivated, good people, like positive people. Otherwise, they're going to get in your head. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
And it's not people that are like, always happy, always positive. Like, that's not possible. But, like, you know what I mean? Just people that are honest, like-minded, and encouraging. But, just breaking it down into little things, having little rewards as you go.
Okay.
So if you've got a big goal, and let's just say you meet a milestone halfway, recognising that, having a reward for it, that's another way. But it's just breaking down little steps and just having, I guess, focusing on your daily habits too. So if your goal is just to say, in any kind of business, I don't know, like just focus on the daily habits that make money. So if you're in a direct sales company, a direct sales business, like sales, the daily habits are speaking to people, getting no's. That's what I used to focus on, like just how many no's can I get today?
Yeah, how many people did you talk to?
How many people did you talk to? And just focus on those daily habits. That's the money-making activity. That's how you're going to get to your big goal in sales. Like just talking to people every day and focus on that more than, you've got your goal, but focus on that more than the outcome.
Something more like you can do.
Every single day. Every single day. Like, what can I do right now to move me that little bit forward towards my goal?
Because people get overwhelmed. I find, like, if you see the big goal, the big task, you're like, oh my God, we're not gonna get there.
And if that's all you focus on, then you're gonna get stuck. So you just need to focus on those little daily activities that help you get one step closer.
That's a really good message. Talking about messages, what's your message to everyone? All the people that can see this.
Geez, you put me on the spot.
One message that encompasses everything, if you can put it into one message.
I think develop, like you said, self-awareness.
That the
I think,
first step.
because that's where everything starts. That's where your life's going to change, from self-awareness. Develop that. Read books if you don't know how. Like, just do whatever it takes to start developing that self-awareness. And, I guess not analysing every thought, but just learning who you are, your thought processes, get inside your head a bit. And developing that self-awareness, like what do I think a lot? How am I feeling? And I think once you start there, it's the best base, like, to change the rest of your life. Because once you go from there, you're going to develop more skills and that. But it's just that self-awareness. Everything starts with self-awareness.
I think, thinking about self-awareness, the way I achieved that was to make myself quiet every day, or every now and then when I feel like too much noise in my life, like sit down, like even before going to bed, sit down and think, like not overanalyze like you're saying, but just have a little bit of quiet moment, I think. And then another thing that helped me as well was acceptance. Like, accept the mistakes, accept where am I, at what point in my business, accept or accept whatever it is that you have to accept it, because that way you can move to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like accepting that I'm an entrepreneur, that's a big step. You know, accepting whatever you have to accept to be able to see and have awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we've reached the end.
We're done.
We had, I think we still have my husband there. He's
Hey.
making some
Hello.
comments. He's making some comments about what we're talking about here. The universe make the magic. You just have to be connected, and you got a feeling you already got it.
Yeah, that you already got it.
Yeah, that's good. So
yeah, that's true.
how can people connect to you? I'm gonna put
just put the link
below.
If you just put the link and all my details below, that'd be really cool. Like
they can have a one-on-one with you.
If anyone feels stuck, lost, frustrated, wants to make some changes, or
just have a chat.
just have a chat. We'll put the link down there. You can book a 30-minute free session, and then we just have a conversation, like where you're at, where you want to go, see if we'd work well together or not. But in that 30 minutes, I can definitely help you, change your life a little bit anyway, in 30 minutes, for sure.
Yeah, people can change their lives literally by going into this mindset stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it's
a very important topic.
It is. It's vital.
Yeah.
To navigate the world, like from being
anything.
Yeah, mindset and emotional management is how you navigate life. That's it. That's what I worked out.
And I reckon you're the guru, you're the expert.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert.
No,
or a
but
guru.
you are more than me. I mean.
No, it's like I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and it's there's heaps more to learn. I've got heaps more stuff to go through, but I guess I'm just happy where I'm at, so I can help other people get started at least.
Yeah, it is a really nice mission.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you
for today.
Yeah.
And I'll see you. I hope it's not the last. That's the last
we
one.
can do another interview.
Maybe we can have my husband. My husband likes to talk about these topics. Actually, he loves it.
Has he watched The Secret?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna send him the link. But he loves this manifestation, the universe, all of this. He loves it. He should be here talking. Probably
next time.
Won't be able to.
We'll have a panel.
We'll have a panel. No worries. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was good.
Yeah. It was like,
Done. You know, lives are deleted after 30 days these days.
Okay.
Sometimes when I interview people, I lose track of what I'm saying, and then I go.
Yeah, but it's meant to go how it's meant to go. That's the universe. Does that make sense? Like it's like that was what was meant to be said.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
So I don't care. Like it doesn't bother me. Like I'm just like,